for the single leg turn, we're going to be on a single leg, and it's going to be performed essentially in a single leg RDL position. So from the side here, I'm going to hinge at my hips and essentially try to keep my shoulder and my back ankle that lifts up in one straight line. All right, so it's kind of like a teeter-totter. When one side drops, the other one comes up. Now, for some of you guys in this position, you might find just simply balancing and standing on that single leg is a challenge all on its own. So if that's the case, we can start there by simply just hinging at the hips and supporting ourselves in this single leg RDL position and really working on that stability and that grounding of that tripod foot of maintaining that balance on the foot. From there, if we're able to maintain balance and keep the integrity of the movement, we can start to add in some form of rotation into that. All right, now on this, your eyes are going to add another aspect to this. All right, so if you start to add in any sort of movement or any sort of turning effect, level one of that might be just finding an object to stare at and just kind of finding your balance as you work different ranges and different aspects of the hands and of that upper torso or even your hips rotating in different spots. As you become more adapted to that and better with that, then maybe start adding the eyeballs or head turn into different movement planes and having yourself having to adjust from that foot and the ankle as the head and as the eyeballs start to adjust to different movements in different areas that it's working through. If once you master that, then we can even increase that even further and go with a floating heel option where you're focused primarily of staying on the ball of the foot. Again, that can start off with simply just balancing in that position and working on essentially that strong foot and that strong arch of maintaining the heel off the ground. And then after you master that, again, we can add in that same progression of adding in some turns with a fixed eye position and then adding in the eyeballs from there as you go through another set of that progression. We can even add in some light resistance, whether that be some weight that you're adding to there by switching hands or other objects, but essentially just working on that single leg balance in that hinge position where we're having to work a lot of the stability and a lot of the coordination for not only your foot to figure out, but your brain to figure out where you are in space as you rotate around that. So this is the single leg turn.